In the IoT Forge community, we believe in building things ourselves. Recently, we hosted a workshop where we built a card-sized arcade game from scratch. It was a great project because it gave people a chance to actually practice their soldering skills. Usually, we spend our time talking about cloud architecture or agentic coding, but this was a chance to work with something physical. The reward for the work was a real functional gadget, something you can play, win or lose. It was just basic components, through-the-hole resistors, MCUs, switches, and the PCB. It's a very different feeling compared to writing code. You are working with your hands, and you can see the results immediately. But my project didn't go exactly as planned. After the workshop, I decided to upgrade my board to make the screen replaceable. I wanted to use a 2.5mm pitch header instead of soldering the screen directly to the board. When I was desoldering the original screen, I made a classic mistake and destroyed the through-hole pads. If you aren't familiar with hardware, the pad is a small copper ring on the PCB where the component is soldered. It provides both the physical hold and the electrical connection. I actually pulled the copper ring off the board. Specifically, I lost the SDA pad on the display and the ACL pad on the arcade PCB. There are the two lines for the I2C protocol, basically the data heart of the communication. Without them, the screen is just a piece of glass. The screen was a goner, but the board had a fighting chance. I performed some open socket surgery using a jump wire, a tiny bypass, to restore the broken SCL path. I ordered a replacement for the screen, but I couldn't wait. I had a narrow 128 by 32 OLED sitting in the drawer, and I plugged it in just to see if my bypass worked. Since the game code is designed for a 64-pixel tall display, I expected to see the image get cut in half, is the top half or the bottom half of the game. But instead of cropped image, I saw a ghost. The game was fully playable. It just looked like it was being viewed through Venetian blinds. How does a dumb piece of hardware decide to downsample an image instead of just cutting it off? It wasn't a glitch. It was a window into how these controllers actually think. I had to know, why did it just crop the image? Why did it interlace? The answer isn't in the code, it's in the silicon. Most of these OLED use the SSD 1306 driver chip. This chip is a one-size-fits-all solution. It's designed to drive 64 lines of pixels. On a real 64-pixel screen, the glass is wired to both even and odd pins, so the image looks solid. But on the 32-pixel screen, the manufacturer only connected the glass to the even pins to save space and complexity. And because the 64-row code is configured to alternative mode, it tells the chip to spread those lines of pixels across the pins in an interleaved pattern. It sends page 0 to the even pins and page 1 to the odd pins, etc. This interleaving helps to minimize the effect of electrical noise and interference, which can cause flickering and ghosting on the screen. I looked at the setup commands being sent to the display, specifically two commands, A8 and DA. Command A8 is a multiplex ratio. In my code, it was set to 3F, which is 63. This tells the controller, prepare to drive 64 physical rows. Even though I plugged in a smaller screen, the controller was still trying to address a 64-row layout. Then there is the command DA, the COM pin hardware configuration. It was set to 12. This is the alternated settings I mentioned. It's an instruction that tells the chip to interlace the output, sending the first block of data to even pins and the second block to odd pins. The screen effectively filters out every other block of data. I didn't have to change a single line of code to make the game work. The hardware simply ignored the lines it couldn't draw. It's a perfect example of how dumb hardware and stubborn software can still find a middle ground. So, if you ever find yourself with a broken screen and a jump wire, Don't be afraid to experiment. You might just get a unique look at the silicon map hiding underneath your favorite game.